Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Today I'm out in the factory. I spent yesterday and today out here. Yesterday I built SS2 bases, kind of complicated for me. And today I built super caps. Once again, kind of complicated. A lot of different procedures to get through the whole thing. I had to just sit down and just show you everything that has to be done to make one. And let me pull one out of the drawer and show you. Doi. Okay, here's a super cap. First thing I do is I take a piece of 1.5 inch stock and I turn it down about 100 thousandths so that it'll slide inside the carry case. That's one step. Okay, then I put it in and I bore this hole here. That's 2 steps. Then I take it over and I thread it. That's 3 steps. Then I bring it back and cut this slot for the tubing. That's 4 steps. Then I drill a hole through the middle. That's 5 steps. Then I drill the hole in the other end for the nipple to drop down inside, which is bigger. That's 6 steps. Then I thread the hole. That's 7 steps. Then I countersink both holes. That's 8 steps. Then I break all these edges. That's 9 steps. Then I cut this slot. That's 10 steps. Then I change to another cutter and cut this slot. That's 11 steps. Hope I'm keeping up here. I cut the slot on the inside for the gasket to slide into. That's 12 steps. I install a gasket. That's 13 steps. Then I install a nipple. That's 14 steps. And then I install the tubing. That's 15 steps. So that's 15 steps times 10. So that's 150 maneuvers. Okay. And on this, I start out with a piece of 1.5 inch aluminum, and I turn it to the diameter so it'll slide inside the carry case. That's 1. Then I bore the inside, 2. Cut the shoulder, 3. Bore this slot in here, 4. Take it over and cut this slot here, that's 5. Mill this flat for the nipple, that's 6. Drill a hole down through for this nipple to go in, that's 7. And then thread it, that's 8. Then I drill a hole for this nipple, that's 9. And then I thread it, that's 10. Then I install this nipple, 11, and install this nipple, that's 12. So I guess that's about 12 steps to get that done. So it takes, I don't work that many hours a day because when you're doing stuff like that, you can only work for a couple hours before you start making mistakes. And when you've gotten that far in one of these, you make a mistake, it's pretty traumatic because you've got a lot of time invested in it. So I work in about 2-hour slots. I'll work for 2 hours and then walk away, come back later and work for 2 more hours. But basically, all weekend, I can show you what a whole weekend's work looks like. Yeah, that's basically my free time on the weekend, right there. Ka-ching! So it's kind of slow going, but it has to be made. It's how I make a living. This is October, and theoretically, by the end of October, I'll be completely retired, self-sufficient, and then I can change around things start changing around things in the business. Got some ideas. Just to give you one idea of how this is going. I wanted to go to stainless steel pot stands, the wire pot stands. Want to get away from the steel galvanized and go to stainless steel. One reason is doesn't rust, doesn't have any fumes when the zinc burns off, which lasts for like a minute and a half. But anyway, doesn't have any fumes from the zinc, which some people are paranoid about. It shouldn't be but anyway. And stainless steel welds a lot better than galvanized steel does. Just a better pot stand all the way around. So I looked all around, and it's averaging for 1 square foot enough to make 4 or 5 pot, about 4 pot stands, a little bit left over. It's averaging $100 a square foot. Now, if somebody knows a place where I can buy a square foot of this stuff, or buy the square foot for, $10 or $20 a square foot, stainless steel, half-inch squares, wire should be around 30 thousandths up to maybe 40 thousandths in there somewhere. Let me know, because I haven't found any place yet, and of course I've just looked on the internet. So that's a good source, and I'm not finding anything reasonably priced that if I'm paying $100 for the material to make 4 of them, I got to get $25 a piece for them just to break even. Say nothing about my time. Well, obviously that's not going to happen. I'll just keep doing it the way I'm doing it. Now, the material I've gotten now, it doesn't weld well. I've pretty much come to the conclusion. I've gone through 2 spot welders. Neither one of them worked well. I've come to the conclusion it's the material. They've changed something on the material. It just doesn't weld well. And I've tried all kinds of different techniques. So what I'm doing now is I'm leaving the fingers on one end and annealing them, and then going over the loop and down and up around and bending them all in and hooking them and hooking into the next loop over and bending it down around, then up around, and doing it manually, which is slow, but what are you going to do? It makes a nice looking pot stand, but hey, I'd a lot rather spot weld them. It's much faster. I got all my wood in. And I finished putting all the posts in and painting them for the survey line down through my lot that I had surveyed. Finished that today. Went for a fairly long walk in my woods, which is just a gorgeous place. I have to take some footage down there. It's just a lot of old growth trees and just paths and leaves on the ground and squirrels running around. It's almost like a fairy tale wandering around down there. I like it. So I think that's about everything for this video. One gentleman bought an SS2, and when he got it, I think he was in Australia or somewhere in that area, where the only thing he can get is methylated spirits, and the stove burned yellow, and he wanted to know what he was doing wrong. And then he asked, could it be the fuel? Well, the way I understand it, methylated spirits it does burn yellow. It doesn't burn well. Whatever they put in it to denature it so you can't drink it, yeah. It's ethanol alcohol. When they put something in it, makes it poison so you can't drink it. Because you can get drunk on ethanol alcohol. It's grain alcohol. It's the same thing that's in, just regular spirits that you get drunk on. So they put something in it to denature it so you can't get drunk on it. And whatever it is, alcohol stoves don't particularly care for it. It burns okay, but it doesn't get that nice blue flame. Anyway, there's nothing I can do about that. There's not a lot of countries that do that, but that's one of them. And it'll still work. Just doesn't work as well as heat, which is pure methanol. Anyway, beat my gums long enough. I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Try to have a really great day. Try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.